Stand up, New York Giants fans. What's going on, Baddog? How you been, buddy?
Sit down, Pat Shurmur. Hey, yeah, well, you know, I guess I'm doing as good as you can do rooting for a team that's 2-11.
Yeah, another week of Talkin Giants therapy. So thank you guys for being here. Afghanistan's in the chat. I see Raphael, Alex Sports, Cushmaster, Christian in the house, Karambite. We saw the son of a bitch was in here, Stephen Evans. Cushmaster, thank you for being here. Jay Stubbs. And Chris now says he'll be on the Pornhub. Well, I hope you stick around here as well.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. Andy Garcia, Brock in the house, Markel in the house. Got a good crowd here, man. Some of our best.
Yeah, always got a good crowd. That's why we love you guys and girls, man. Because no matter how crappy we are, there's a New York Giants. Chat's always lit up. Chat's always the best. Always here to support two schmucks that root for a terrible team. That was horrible.
We get over. I mean, let's recap the game real quick. They come out. Eli's return. Everybody's jacked up for that, right? It's you get to see the legend come back and play what might be his last game, by the way. Articles came out today that said that it's possible Jones plays this week. Shurmur wouldn't rule Jones out yet, so it's possible Jones plays this week. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. But so Eli comes out. First drive, I remember he threw a couple of, not so good passes, but then they get things going. The offense looks great in the first half. Darius Slayton's tearing them to shreds. Yep. Eli Manning looks like Eli Manning from 2011. And everything's going right on both sides of the ball. The defense, to me, was even more impressive. All the rookies playing great. Love, everybody. Dexter Lawrence had that big batted ball in the 3rd and 7, I think it was. Julian Love, like I said. DeAndre Baker played a great game.
Leonard Williams.
Fantastic
last night.
But, yeah, phenomenal. And then it's a tale of two halves, just like last year, the last game we played them. We go into the half. Last year, we make no adjustments. It's the same thing with Pat. And then the timeouts at the end of the game. I can't even speak about that anymore. It's every game with Pat, with the timeouts.
I don't understand. He did the same thing last year. Got away with what was working. You can't tell me that somehow the Eagles all of a sudden figured out how to stop Darius Slayton. Would they triple team him? There's no way you couldn't tell me you can't figure out a play to run to get him the ball. There's no way you can tell me that Eli Manning can't complete a damn pass over 4 yards all of a sudden in the second half. There's no way the Eagles come out and are that much different. So what the hell happened at the half? What are they doing besides Nate Solder not blocking anybody as usual? I mean, they run a flea flicker with freaking on 3rd and 14, which is dumb anyway. But
I'll tell you what, though. I saw the replay of that. That should have worked. Had Nate Solder blocked, that would be.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. They were rushing 3. How the hell do you get home on a 3-man rush?
Yeah, and I'll give Pat credit for that. That actually was a good play call. Golden Tate was wide open, but Solder couldn't block.
Yeah,
Solder couldn't block. So it's the same thing with Solder every week. The second half he gets blown to bits.
Just like I said, and then of course the Eagles kept running that little swing pass in the flat to the right side every damn time, or running the ball over to the right side. Nobody was over there. They had nobody over on the left side of the defense for the Giants. Nobody was over there. That was open the whole damn time. They had no receivers. Aguilar got hurt. Jeffrey got hurt. Deshaun Jackson's hurt. I don't even know who the hell they were throwing to. Oh, Zach Ertz, best receiver on our team. Let's not cover him. Let's just let him be wide open every day. I swear to God, it's like they tried to lose. It really was like they tried to, they were tanking. That's what that looked like to me. As far as the timeouts go, I still don't understand that. I for the life of me, don't get it. What are you doing? How do you not call a timeout immediately? Oh, I'm afraid they're going to go for it. Well, I'm going to tell you something. With 19 seconds to go in the game, they were more likely to go for it. And they only would have needed 20 yards to get a field goal.
That's a great
point. And they had a timeout. So that made it more likely, because if they missed, the Giants were going to have nearly as much time.
And let me tell you, Baddog, in that situation, the way our offense was playing in the second half, we couldn't move the ball. If I'm Pat Shurmur, I want them to go for it.
Right.
And I'm gonna hope my defense can come up with one stop on one play, and then we're right in field goal range. So I welcome them to go for it, especially when you're on the road. You don't want to go to overtime.
No.
You got to play for the win there.
Of course.
Pat Shurmur did a horrible job yet again with the timeouts. And, of course, in overtime, they go right down the field because the defense, like you said in your post-game video, was a 22-minute differential in time of possession.
Huge, yeah.
They were completely worn out, and That was the game. And again, we blow another game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And then, obviously to all the people that are hoping for Chase Young, obviously it's good news there, being that now we have a 2-game lead on, when you factor in the tiebreaker on the Dolphins and the Redskins, who will be playing next week, the Dolphins.
And then we play the Redskins after that. So we got 2 Chase Young Bowls in a row.
Right.
But the whole thing is, you're 2-10. Why aren't you being more aggressive? Just be aggressive. What the hell are you scared of? We're 2-10. What are you scared of? The dude coaches like he's scared to death of losing. You lose every game. You can't coach not to lose. You got to coach to win. This guy coaches not to lose. You coach to win all the time.
You can't be scared.
It sucks. Chisel, thank you for the super chat, man. Brilly, my man. He says, we made adjustments. I call it joking. Yeah. I just call it typical Giants, Eagles. Karan Singh, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. Jackrabbit is right about Betcher. Fire him. Thank you, guys, for the $2 booms and Anthony DeSantis. Brilly, my good man. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat. Thanks for the love, guys. He says, this team does not deserve to win another game the rest of the season. They need a 2-14 record hangover there. The Giants have never, ever been 2-14. The worst record they ever had was 2-12 back in 1976, I believe. They've never lost 14 games in a season. This is the season. It could happen. Thank you so much for the $5 boom!
And they were close. 2 years ago, they went 3-13. I mean, this is as dark as it gets for the Giants. It's as bad as it gets. And then, a couple articles came out today that Gettleman may have to worry about his job. I still don't think Gettleman's going to be fired. I really don't in my heart. I don't. We'll see. I thought Gettleman's draft picks played great yesterday. I thought that was a good sign for Gettleman.
So did his trade.
Yeah, so did the guy he acquired in the trade. Now, you can certainly still argue that trade. Being that he would have been a free agent anyway. But Gettleman's picks played great yesterday. I recognize it's one game, but Darius Slayton's the real deal.
Yeah,
I mean, Darius Slayton, let's talk about him real quick. You want to talk about a guy, say he goes out there, you got 3 games left, say he scores 4 more touchdowns over the last 3 games, he could win Rookie of the Year.
He could be. I mean,
he's got 7 touchdowns.
I was going to say, he ended with 11 touchdowns. He had probably ended over 1,000 yards receiving. And there's Odell Beckham with 2 touchdowns, getting $19 million a year. And you got a kid you drafted out of the 5th round out of Auburn, and the kid's, he's a really good player. And it's good to see. We need that guy out there. Somebody in the chat said the personnel is not our problem. He's right.
It's both. I think it's both. I think the personnel is inexperienced. But I think the coaching is bad. Coaching is very bad.
Coaching is the way. It's beyond words how awful that it is. And it's the same every week. Pat Shurmur sits there and looks clueless. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what time it is. He don't know what day it is. He don't know what the hell he's doing there. He's just sitting there probably thinking to himself, when the hell are they going to fire my worthless ass? Because he needs to be fired like yesterday.
His quotes at the end of the game, he said, I can't remember the exact words, but he basically, without saying it, admitted he knows he's getting fired at the end of the year.
Yeah.
He basically, from what he said in the tone of his voice, it was almost like, yeah, I know I'm getting fired.
He's on borrowed time right now. That's it. He's going to be gone. There's no doubt about that. Betcher will follow suit. I saw I watched it quick, the video about, what is it, Mel Kiper, Tom McShay.
Oh, McShay.
Saying the Giants quarterback's problem. McShay's an idiot. I don't know what else to say. Most of these draft experts are idiots. He's one of the biggest ones. The Giants are not about to freaking take another quarterback in this draft. They're not going to do it. Yeah.
Dumbest thing you can do.
If Dave Gettleman is here, if somebody else is here, no new GM is coming in and immediately saying, okay, let's look at the problems here. No pass rush for the Giants, although they did get after the quarterback pretty good last night. But for the most part, no pass rush. Really inexperienced secondary. Offensive line is horrible. Let's take a quarterback. Because that's going to fix everything. Because we're a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. So any GM with any sense is not going quarterback. Even if they believe that Daniel Jones is in the future, they're not going quarterback with the 2nd overall pick in the draft. You're building in the trenches first.
I agree with you, but we've seen crazy things happen before. That's all I'll say. I don't think it's going to happen. I pray it doesn't happen. And I like I said, I think Gettleman's going to stay on. I don't think we're seeing a quarterback. I think we're going Chase Young if he's there. And if he's not, maybe we trade down or we take Andrew Thomas. But speaking about the defense, you think we're going to shift to that 4-3?
What, when we get a new coordinator?
Well, yeah, we're assuming Betcher's gone. You think we shift to the 4-3?
Absolutely. I don't think they have the linebackers to do it. I just don't. And if they draft Chase Young, he plays in a 4-3, so you're going to want him there. And
Right.
who knows who else the Giants bring in? But I think you go back to a 4-3. This 3-4 doesn't work here with this personnel. And Ogletree's not going to be here. Kareem Martin's not going to be here. You kind of figure those guys are gone. Marcus Golden won't be here if they go to a 4-3. So that leaves you with Lorenzo Carter, David Mayo. Ryan Conley when he comes back, obviously. Hopefully he comes back as the same player because he was great for us at the beginning of the year.
He was very good. He had a good nose for the ball. I think he had 2 picks in 2 games or 3 games, whatever it was. He was all over the field. Conley looked like another promising prospect that Gettleman drafted this year. I'll tell you right now, Gettleman's draft, Love looks good in the 4th round. Slayton great. Conley looked good in the 5th before he got hurt. He had an impressive draft right now. It looks very impressive outside of that Baker pick. But even Baker's had his moments, as bad as he's been.
Right, and Dexter Lawrence is another one. Dexter Lawrence
that's his best player.
So he's, and Zemnis had a breakout game last night. So there's another guy. So, he did a good job. And again, Daniel Jones is making mistakes, but Daniel Jones is throwing 20 touchdown passes in 10 games. Eli threw 21 all of last season. So, Daniel Jones has a tendency to hold on to the ball too long. I think he's trying to make too much happen. I think he can clean that up. I think you get a better offensive line around the kid. I throw the ball in tight windows, which is what you have to do in the NFL. And he's not afraid to throw the ball. So I like that.
I like that. Yeah. That's the thing I like most about his game that I've seen so far is the confidence more than anything else. The willingness to take the chances down the field because a lot of quarterbacks aren't willing to do that in their rookie year. I think it speaks volumes. Yeah,
and he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he doesn't listen to what people say. He's tough. The kid's got knocked around the whole time. I honestly, in my heart, I know a lot of people disagreed with me because I agreed with that article, and that's fine. But in my heart, the Giants were fighting for this division. I really think that Daniel Jones could have played in that game. That's my gut feeling.
I might agree with that. He probably toughs it out if it's a meaningful game. I think the Giants, in my opinion, took it the safe route because they're like, we're 2-10. It's gonna be raining. Why would the guy if he's not close to 100%? Why are we gonna put him out there? But if it was a meaningful game, he might have played.
So I don't know why they're talking about him playing now. And I just heard that he was probably done for the season. They don't know what the hell they're doing with him. And that's another problem. They don't even know what the hell they're doing with their own players. Oh, he's healthy. Oh, he's not healthy. What is the point of bringing Daniel Jones back now after 1 week? It just doesn't.
I don't think they're going to this week. Maybe before the end of the year I can see it.
Chislo, thank you for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate it. Really. Saying is exactly like Victor Cruz. I made the comparison last night. He's humble and wise. A good thing he's not like Mr. Tantrum Fits out here. Love Peppers, Conley, and Peppers and Conley are going to be locked down. I like Peppers too. He's hurt, but I think Love and Peppers in the secondary could be really good in the future as Conley, because Conley played a lot of energy. Like you said, he had nose for the ball. He's a football player. You know what I mean? So thank you for the $5. Boom! Appreciate it, my man.
Brock, have a good night, man. Thanks for popping in. And what Kilo just said, get Chase Young, I was about to say. And if we get Chase Young, he makes everybody look better. Yeah. So, if he's who we think he's going to be, if he's a guy that's going to get you 13, 14, 15 sacks, and the team's going to have to pay extra attention to, it's going to make the safeties better. It's going to make all the other pass rushers better.
Oh, God,
yes. And it's just going to make the defense better. So, got to go out there, got to get him. And I would like to add another piece in free agency to rush the passer. So, they got to pay heavy focus on that along with the offensive line this offseason.
Right, but just think, if you're loaded with defensive ends and tackles. Why wouldn't you go to a 4-3? You got Dalvin Tomlinson. You got B.J. Hill. Not that B.J. Hill's been good. I don't know what they're doing with Leonard Williams.
Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence. And then you'd add a Chase Young. And then who knows who else you go out there and get as a defensive end. So, it'll be really interesting to see what they do. But I have no doubt they should just fire Betcher now. There's no reason to keep Betcher on here. There's just no reason.
Betcher's gone. Betcher's gone. I think they'll cut Jenkins as well. We'll see how that plays out. Obviously, they had their little feud going on over there.
Yeah. That'll be a money thing anyway.
Yeah, money. Yeah, he's actually played decent. I got to give him credit. Since you came out with the shit fondue video.
Yeah, he needed that.
Yeah.
A little kick in the butt.
He played pretty well last night, too. I didn't mention in my post-game video. He had a couple of nice tackles. Jenkins played pretty well, but he's not worth $15 million.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, we're going to save $11.5 million. So, it is. We'll see what happens. I don't. I don't know. It's going to be. It's going to be a long off season. It's just been a long season. It sucks when you're in October and you're like, I can't wait for the season to end, so I can watch. So I can get into the draft and get. It's crazy.
It's been like that the last 3 years with the Giants. It's the same thing every single year, the last 3 years with the Giants.
It is. I think my chat froze on me again.
I got the chat moving and grooving. I'll let you know. We're going to get to your questions, by the way. I see you guys asking questions. About 15 minutes. We always just like to do a little podcast type segment.
Yep.
And we will get to your guys' questions there for the last hour of the show. Always appreciate you guys tuning into the stream, man. Thank you for all your love and support. But, so if you look at the Giants, obviously we recapped that game, the House of Horrors. We couldn't win at the Link. We're going to get another crack at them.
Yeah.
Eagles play the Cowboys again. We talked about that before we came on. And Eagles have a lot of injuries. They do. And for God's sakes, I read that McCown almost came into the game to play wide receiver last night.
That wasn't surprising. They had nobody out there.
Yeah,
so wouldn't you think you'd make a concerted effort to take Zach Ertz out of the game at that point? What are you doing? How do you not doubling him?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. But looking at the Giants' remaining schedule, how many games do you think they win? They're home against the Dolphins, at the Redskins, and home against the Eagles.
None.
You really think we lose out?
I think we lose out.
Yeah.
If we're going to win one game, it's this week. It's against Miami at home. We're not beating Washington. Not down in FedEx. And we're definitely not beating. We never beat the Eagles. Ever. So yeah. I don't see that happening. Especially since their season may be on the line. Maybe their season won't be on the line. Maybe we'll beat them. I don't know. Because if Dallas beats them, they're done. So as long as Dallas keeps winning, because Dallas might lose.
Dallas would have a 2-game lead because they'd own the tiebreaker, being that they beat them twice heads up. So that's a must-win game for the Eagles. But I'll tell you what, Flores, the coach of the Dolphins, he's got to play tough. He really does. And that's a testament to that head coach because they got no talent over there.
No. They traded it all away. And they're playing hard for that guy. Even at the end of the game, I forgot what game it was. I think it was the end of the Jets game. He was ticked. Like, he had a lot of emotion for a guy that's on a 3-win team. Pat Shurmur just sits there like, where am I? Which way did he go, George? Idiot. God, I can't stand him. I don't remember the last time I used the word loathe to describe somebody.
I saw that in your rank.
But it is him. I loathe Pat Shurmur. Can't stand him.
The first question, once we fire Pat Shurmur, which I think we both agree is going to happen, the first question that needs to be asked in the interview is, do you know what a timeout is? And do you know how to use it?
Yes. Yeah. Do you know what this means? That's not a technical foul. We're not playing basketball. Timeout.
That's got to be the first question that is asked of any head coaching candidate, because his usage of the timeouts has been my biggest knock on him. It's not even so much the play calling, which at times I scratch my head with, but it's more so that and just the way he handles the media and his leadership. He's not a head coach. He's a coordinator. That's what he is. Yep. And unfortunately, we ended up with a coordinator for a coach. Happens to a lot of teams.
He's a coordinator with no coordination, that guy. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Let's take, 5 minutes ago, timeout. Let's use all our timeouts. And I couldn't think of the game. It was the Bears game that he did the same thing. I don't know why I was thinking of the Packers.
Exact thing.
Yep, 4.5 minutes ago, use them all. Good job, Shurmur. Oh, we have all our timeouts. We're getting the ball back in 43 seconds. Huh? Where am I? Huh? Oh! What? Oh, I'm supposed to use timeout? Timeout. Why did I do that? Why did I call it timeout? He sucks! God almighty. I mean, come on. How can you be so... That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen a head coach do. Except for outside of maybe Jason Garrett icing his own kicker. That was pretty good, too.
Oh, yes. That was a good one. All
right. Would you trade Garrett for Shurmur?
No.
I'm not saying for the future. I'm just saying for, would you rather have Garrett over Shurmur? Is Garrett a better coach than Shurmur?
I mean, I don't know. They're about the same. I mean, Garrett's a puppet. He doesn't even coach over there. We both know that Jerry Jones is the guy who runs that team. I don't know. I guess. I mean, he's had a lot more success, but he's had a much better team. They both are horrible.
Yeah, JB2 said he said he wanted to make sure we were punting. Exactly. And like I said, they're more likely to go for it with less time than you would with more time. So he would have given him more of an opportunity with 19 seconds ago as opposed to 43 seconds. And who cares if they go for it?
You want them to go for it there.
Have some damn faith in your defense. And if you lose, you lose. You have nothing to lose. You're 2-10. Hello? You play to win the game, as Herm Edwards once said, okay?
No, you're absolutely right. That in that spot, I would rather put it on my defense to try to win the game in regulation, especially the fact that the Giants couldn't move the ball at all the entire second half. So you have an opportunity there. If they go for it, to get the ball at the 40-yard line, you got to go 5 yards for Roses to miss a field goal. But
well, he's been on fire lately, Chris. I mean, come on.
He has been on fire. He's been knocking down those 30-yarders left and right. But, they needed maybe 10 yards to have a reasonable field goal from that spot. So you have to put the onus on your defense there to try to make the stop. It made no sense there for him not to do that. And it's just another bad mistake by Pat Shurmur.
He sucks. I like Villman92 says, yo, guys, long-time listener, first-time talker. It's like when you call in Mike Brand and say, hey, Mike, long-time listener, first-time caller. Well, welcome to the chat, Villman92. Welcome to the chat, sir.
Thank you for being here, Villman. I see Bavit's in the chat. What's going on, Bavit? How you been, buddy? Jared Williams in the chat. But as far as this division goes, I think you agree with me that neither one of those teams is going to do anything. They might win a game.
No, they won't. They're going to
give them no chance at home.
They're going to get Minnesota or Seattle. No.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Green Bay, or Seattle will wipe the floor with those guys.
Yeah. I forgot who told me. This was a crazy stat to me. So somebody in my Discord told me. The San Diego LA Chargers have a higher plus minus than the Seattle Seahawks.
What's that?
Seattle Seahawks, I think, are 10-2. Their plus minus is lower than the LA Chargers.
Wow.
I don't know if that's you told me, and I didn't look into it. But if that's accurate, that's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
They must be winning really close games. But I'm not a huge believer in the Seahawks. I actually think they could lose in Dallas if they play in Dallas.
I don't think they could. Russell Wilson's
great.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, Chris. Oh, did Chris Sinor say that? Oh, okay, it was Chris Sinor.
Yeah, he said Chris Sinor said that. Chris Sinor. David Chuka says Chase Young. Yeah, that's a guy I want, man. I mean, obviously, it's too early to talk about the draft. I mean, he's a stud, so it don't matter. You pick a top three, you pretty much know where you're going. Joe Burrow's going number one. Cincinnati was stupid to pass on Joe Burrow. The guy's going to win the Heisman. You saw what he did to Georgia. Georgia's defense didn't allow 20 points the entire season, and he carved them up like a Thanksgiving turkey, man. He had no problem shredding that defense. And I don't know how many of you guys watch that game, but that one play where he had the pass batted back to himself, he caught it and ran for 20 yards. Just shows you what kind of athlete he is. He's a great arm. If Cincinnati doesn't take him with the first pick, that's why they're the Bengals. It'd be stupid. But then at that point, if they decide to go, then the Giants, in my opinion, you got to trade back.
Got to trade back.
You got to trade back. You can get Andrew Thomas a little later, but you got to trade back because you will get whatever you want. You get 3 first-round picks for that.
If the Dolphins are at 4, hypothetically speaking, maybe a team wants to jump the Dolphins, or maybe the Dolphins want to show they get their quarterback. They're willing to trade up to 2.
And they have extra first-round picks.
They have extra first-round picks. You end up getting 2, 3, whatever it is, and that's the move to make there. That's what's great about being in the 2 spot. Even if Chase Young goes, you have that ability to trade down because Burrow is that hot shot quarterback.
Right, because Miami could give you their number 4 overall this year. They could give you one of their picks from the Steelers or the Texans this year, and then a first next year. That's what it would take, in my opinion. Chisel, thank you for the super chat, brother. This is right up my alley, Brilly. He says, I don't know if he knows that I've studied Ted Bundy and I know much about him. He says, Ted Bundy would have been a nice coach. At least he has killer instincts. I'm sorry, but I'm mad, but I'm still hyped for our future. Really want Chase. I know all about Ted Bundy, so that joke did not fall on deaf ears over here. Thank you for the $5. Boom! We both want Chase. Well, I can't speak for Chris. I want Chase Young.
Of course I want Chase Young. Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
I did that video. Some people did want Andrew Thomas, and that makes complete sense, too.
I love Andrew Thomas, but you got to go Chase Young if you could get him.
Yeah.
If the Giants pick first, do you take Burrow? No, No. You take Chase Young.
Not taking a quarterback. You would trade that pick.
We have a quarterback. I don't understand it. And I always try to be as realistic as possible. I'm not getting ahead of myself with Daniel Jones, but people act like this guy has looked like Dwayne Haskins.
I know. I don't understand it. He's turned it over a lot, yes. He's thrown 20 touchdowns. If he wasn't hurt, he could have broke the single-season rookie with nobody there.
This guy's had a better rookie season than Eli. He's had a better rookie season than Peyton. He's had a better rookie season than all these great quarterbacks. He's not gonna be them. I'm not saying he's gonna be Peyton Manning.
Right.
But how could you give up on a player when he's shown as much promise as he has? I'm not saying he's been incredible, but he's shown the tools to at least be a solid quarterback in the NFL. You can't give up on him after 1 year.
He's had a better rookie season than Josh Allen. He had a better rookie season than Lamar Jackson. He had a better rookie season than Sam Darnold. He had a better rookie season than Kyler Murray so far. He's way better than Dwayne Haskins. Now, everyone had a big deal about Drew Lock. Well, like I said, remember Daniel Jones' first game? I know it was Lock's second game, but just remember how good Daniel Jones looked before they got film on him.
Right.
Okay, and then they said, let's blitz this kid, see if he can handle blitz. And, the Giants line can't handle blitz. Daniel Jones don't know how to get rid of the ball, protect it, so they went after him. I mean, that's something he has to adjust to now, but... you gotta get film on these guys. But 20 touchdown passes in 10 games on a team that's won 2 games is pretty damn good.
He's been impressive this year at times. There's no doubt about it. Now, McShay said, he got most of those stats against bad teams, but at the end of the day, I bet you if you look at most quarterbacks rack up their stats against bad teams. So that's the way it works.
That's what you're supposed to. Jew who swings snakes. Thank you for the super chat, Brilly. Young or Thomas plus a number 1 pick. Or Thomas plus the number 1 pick. Would you? Are you taking Andrew Thomas as the number 1 pick? Got to.
You mean number 1 overall pick, or do you mean like a late first round pick?
Yeah, I guess it would depend on how late.
Number 1 overall pick, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a top 10 pick or top 12 pick,
you got to do it.
You got to do it. But if it's like a 25th pick, no, I think you take Chase Young.
I'd probably still take Chase Young.
By the way, guys, hit that thumbs up. You ain't done. So thank you all for being here. Got over 250 in the house. Really do appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you spike that like. Go into the description. Click on the link to the Entertainment Talking Sports. If you ain't subbed up to him, click the link. Sub him up. Ring the bell. And as always, really do appreciate your support on this show. The Giants stink, and yet here you are having a group therapy session with us. Corey Lewis, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. Be safe and take the left tackle. Chase game won't translate. Oh, Chase's game is going to translate. All defensive pass rushers translate. Look at the last 3 big ones.
Corey, I really do think Chase Young is going to be a really good pass rusher at the NFL level. I'd be surprised if he's not.
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas, you could argue safer. You could argue it.
But I think tackles are more likely to bust than an edge rusher, just in my opinion. I mean, by the way, thank you for the $2 boom. But I mean, like I said, the last 3 big ones: Joey Bosa, stud; Nick Bosa, stud; Josh Allen, stud. I mean,
Myles Garrett, stud.
Right, Myles Garrett. I mean, they all, because there's really nothing for them to do. Hey, go get the quarterback. It's your job. Yeah. Get to the quarterback. Yeah. Chase Young can get there, and even if he can't, you're gonna take up more. He's gonna be double teamed, which allows other people to get there. It makes your other guys on the defensive line more effective. So,
of course, yeah, it's like taking a double team in basketball. It's like the same thing.
Yep.
You got a super chat.
John Schmidt, thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. Brilly. He says, dream scenario: 1 Giants, 2 Bengals, 3 Dolphins. You scare the Bengals into thinking you were going to swap with the Dolphins. You move back a spot and still get chased. Oh, that could definitely happen. I mean, somebody would trade up to 1. They get the quarterback. I got to imagine. Well, maybe not. Maybe the Dolphins would do it. Who knows? It'll be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, we're a long ways away from that's why I said it sucks. We got to talk about this in December when the draft's not till late April. But, I mean, Thank you for the $5. Boom! Really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I'm going to piggyback off that. I just want to, Vivitz wrote it like 10 times. He says, make sure Baddog, let Baddog know that Slayton is having an identical season to Odell Beckham's rookie season. So there you go.
I think Beckham had a little better, more yards.
Yeah, Beckham had an incredible.
But Slayton also missed a couple games.
Yeah.
Well, so did Beckham. What the hell am I talking about? Beckham missed the first 3.5 games that year.
Yeah, but as far as that scenario goes, I would think that if the Giants traded down to 3, I think that the Bengals end up taking Chase Young. If Burrow goes 1, I think the Bengals take Young at 2. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but that's what I would think would happen. I don't think Chase Young gets past 2.
I don't think he could get past 2 either. And I honestly don't think Gettleman would trade back. I think Gettleman would take Chase Young. Yeah. Gettleman's even our GM. I mean, who the hell knows what's going on with that? Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
Mega Giants, who's a worse Giants? Well, Pat Shurmur's way worse than McAdoo. McAdoo took us to the playoffs. Shurmur's the worst coach I've ever seen. And I've seen Ray Handley. I've seen, Ben McAdoo. They're really the only 2 really bad coaches we had here. And they only lasted a couple years apiece. McAdoo 2 years, Handley 2 years, Shurmur's probably going to last 2 years. Somebody asked me about Ray Perkins. I had to tell him I was a little too young for Ray Perkins. I was only like 4 when he was the coach. 79 and 80. That's the last coach to have 2 back-to-back 10-loss seasons his first 2 years of the Giants. Now, Ray Perkins was there in 81. They went to the playoffs because they drafted Lawrence Taylor, but Shurmur ain't going to be here. Corey Lewis, thank you for the Super Chat, brother. Brilly. Both brothers have good hands. Young is just wild. If you watch Chase Young play, trust me, you can't stop him. That kid is an athletic freak. And
I agree that the Bosa brothers are probably more fundamentally sound because they were bred to be football players from the start. If you read their bios, it's like incredible. Like they're from the 6 years old, they knew they were going to be professional football players. But Chase Young is a freak, and just like Josh Allen. Josh Allen was not this incredibly fundamentally sound player, but look what he's doing. I mean, the guy's a freak athlete. He's going to be a good player in the NFL.
Yeah, he will. Have you ever seen how I forgot who it was used to really turn the really low in the corner? By the way, thank you for the $2. Boom. Well, I don't know if it was JPP. I forget which one it was. The way he can go so low around the corner and just explode at the pass. I'm telling you, I haven't seen him more down. He set the single season sack record at Ohio State. Both the Bosa brothers played there. So tells you how good Chase Young has been this year.
And he missed a couple of games due to suspension.
Exactly. He's forced like 8 forced fumbles and 17 and a half sacks. It's crazy. We'll get a good look at him against Clemson. That'll be great. We're not going to get to see him play Georgia.
Yeah, we'll see. Freeney, is that who you're saying?
Yeah, Dwight Freeney. Thank you. That is crime. That was definitely one of the guys again. Freeney also had the incredible spin move. That was his move.
Yes, I remember that with the Colts. Yes.
Yep.
7 sacks in 2 games. Let's see what we got here. I have a question for you. Yankees offer Garrett Cole 7 years, $300 million. Do you take it?
I don't know. It's a Giants show, but I don't know why he wouldn't. I didn't know they offered that much. He's going to take that.
Maybe he means would if you're the Yankees GM, do you take it? Maybe. I mean, if you're the player, you take it. That's $40 million a year.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's more than $4. It's like $44 million a year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that. I don't know.
Let's see what we got here. Hey, guys. Well, Francesa is an annoying senile old man. He made a great point today. He said the ownership has completely ruined the fan base.
Yep, I read it. I listened to that. Talking about PSLs, which cost a fortune, seats costing a fortune, and it's all stuff I've mentioned. I tell you, Mike Francesa watches my shit because I swear to God, he always says the same thing I do about the empty seats there. He said we're going to see this week. I was watching OneGiantRebuttal's video talking about how Eli doesn't put people in the seats because of the attendance. The Packers game was more attended than the Bills game. And I said, well, you got to remember that was week 2 with the Bills, and people knew what they were getting with Eli. Then Eli had a 10-week hiatus, and you also have a lot of Packers travel really well. The Bills don't. So the Packers had a lot of fans there. I said, we'll see what the crowd looks like with Miami there because they don't travel well, and they're lousy. So, I don't know. Corey, thank you for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate it, man. Brilly says, I'm scared I'm going to have to drop him into coverage. Are you talking about Chase Young?
Come on, Corey.
You're worried about them dropping him into zone coverage once in a great while. They're not going to drop him into zone coverage.
He's going to get into the quarterback.
He's
if we get him, be happy. Be proud if we get him.
Because we all, I don't know about you, Corey, but I know Chris and I wanted Josh Allen last year. We can't pass on to Josh Allen, a guy better than Josh Allen this year. Thank you so much for the $2. Boom! I really appreciate it, man. Thank you, sir.
And Highlight God says, we say it all the time, what he's about to say. You guys are set up to be seriously good in the next 2 years. But this year, I think Markus Golden deserves a deal. He's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I agree that we're set up to be really good. But the problem with Markus Golden And I love Marcus Golden. Baddog could attest to it.
Yep, you called it.
I said at the beginning of the year he's going to have a bounce back year. He's going to lead the team in sacks.
Yes, you did. Yes,
Marcus Golden doesn't fit a 4-3 system. He would not work here in a 4-3. Right. He is doing as well as he is specifically because he's playing in the Betcher system. When Betcher left Arizona, some of it had to do with injuries, but he did horrible. Now he's back in the Betcher system in the 3-4. He's playing well. He's not going to do it in a 4-3. He'll get paid somewhere else. We're not bringing him back if we go to the 4-3. But
right.
We shouldn't. I'll say that.
Right. I agree. Do you think the Dolphins are going to quarterback? I can imagine they're going quarterback. They traded for Josh Rosen, but he sits behind Fitzpatrick. What the hell's the point of that? Josh Rosen's not a rookie. It's not like he needs to sit there and learn the system or learn how to play in the NFL. So I think they're going quarterback.
I feel bad. I feel so bad for Josh Rosen. I don't even like Josh Rosen. He's been dealt the worst hand I could ever imagine as a quarterback. He's had no chances.
He's going to catch on somewhere and be really good. I have a feeling he's just got to get. He's got it. That's one place, but I don't think he'd be good there because Belichick's not going to coach him, so it's not going to work there either. Yeah. That's going to be much different in a few years. But I do think Josh Rosen's got the talent to succeed. I don't think he'll ever be an elite guy, but I think he could be pretty good if he got in the right situation.
Yeah. Colts, maybe.
Maybe the Colts, yeah. Who knows? I mean, a good offensive line in front of him, yeah. I mean, he might be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Let's
see what we got here. Would you rather have Pat Shurmur or Pat Shurmur? I would pick Pat Shurmur. Okay. Yeah. All right, go. Good to know.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late. Was that my Don't ever apologize, Nicky Sav. Man, thanks for being here. But happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Nicky Sav. Happy birthday. Everyone in the chat wish Nicky Sav a happy birthday.
Wish him a happy birthday.
You guys don't ever need to apologize for not being here, for being late. Life happens. Life is more important than YouTube. It is.
Of course. Yeah. Baddog, thoughts on MetLife Stadium, and where do you rank it with other stadiums?
I haven't been to many other football stadiums, so I honestly can't tell you. I actually liked the old stadium better, although it was a dump, but I liked the old Meadowlands better. I felt like it was a bigger home field advantage with that horrible wind that cut through you like a knife in the middle of December. I went to the old RFK Stadium. I loved that one too. But that's really it. Those are the only two stadiums I've ever been to. I don't travel to football games. I travel to baseball games in my life, never football games. So
funny you say that. Those are the only two stadiums. I haven't been to RFK. I've been to FedEx, but those are the only two stadiums I've been to. I've been to the Redskins FedEx Field, and I've been to both the Meadowlands and the new one. And I think it's an okay stadium. I was not. Let's put it this way. I was excited to see it when they first built it because they made a big deal out of it. I wasn't like overly impressed when I stepped in there. It's not, and the outside looks funky. I don't think it's like visually pleasing from the outside of the stadium. It kind of looks like a bunch of compact discs.
Yeah. It's stupid. And our coach has a compacted brain, so it's perfect. Idiot. God, he sucks. Oh God, I don't even want to look at him. I don't even want to look at him on the sideline. I don't want to see him. I can't stand Snoopy. I love Snoopy, but I hate that Snoopy looking son of a bitch. Can't stand him.
Who are you guys top?
What's going on here?
Head go. What?
Why are you echoing now? What just happened? That was weird.
Somebody. I
might have to call you back. I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
I'm saying lag now. Thank you, Dustin.
All right, you stopped anyway. There we go.
I'm good.
Whoop, I lost you, though. I just lost you up the... There you go. You're back.
All right. So, somebody asked who's the top three.
Yeah, remix. That's what was happening. You were talking. It was like, I'm talking. And I don't know what the hell that was. It was weird. It was a remix. I was the DJ where... So it was. That was really weird. I was, Gil. I was over here mixing turntables on Chris's voice.
I think it's Shurmur's fault too. I blame Shurmur for the remix.
Yeah, it should be. Well, Shurmur's not creative enough to do that, so don't blame him for that.
As far as the head coaches go, so I was in the middle of answering rather. I mean, I would say Rule, but the report. Oh, you know what it is? I think I switched cameras for some reason. That's what happened.
Yeah, I noticed it went to a different camera, but
I don't know why that happened.
Yeah,
but what was I gonna say? Yeah, I would say Rule, but from all accounts today on ESPN, he said he has no intentions of going to the NFL. Now that could change. We've heard that in the past with coaches. Right. So he'd be near the top of my list. Ron Rivera, for me, I like a lot. I know some people are hit or miss with him. I like him. And then, to me, those are the two guys. I haven't done a lot of research on all the other potential opening, the retreads or college coaches. Those are the guys I heard the most, and I like both of those guys a lot.
Yep.
In terms of the third guy, I'm not a huge McCarthy guy. I know a lot of guys are in on McCarthy.
I'm not either.
I'm not a huge Mike McCarthy guy. Wouldn't be for me. I'm gonna do a video on him probably tomorrow. Some encouraging things from what I read, but I'm not a big McCarthy guy. I would not be ecstatic if we brought him in.
Nah, I'd rather have a defensive guy. And we've talked about it. Ron Rivera's had a rapport with Dave Gettleman. They went to a Super Bowl together. So obviously Ron Rivera knows what Gettleman's about. I think that he's the logical choice. I would love Matt Rule, but again, I mean, he just signed a contract with Baylor. In the offseason, Baylor is 11-1 or 11-2 now after losing to my Sooners twice. But but also a coach ain't going to come out before a bowl game and say, I'm leaving. Some of them have. Urban Meyer did that, but I mean, and I know others have, or they'll know before the bowl game. But they were talking about that. Matt Rule felt like he left Temple a little too early. I didn't really get to experience it, and a lot. When I was watching the Big 12 championship, that's what they're talking about. That he kind of left Temple, felt like he left a little early there, and he's not going to do the same thing to Baylor. So I mean, he's been there for 3 years now. We'll see. You never know. I mean, money talks, baby. Money talks.
You think Rule's going to win Coach of the Year in college football?
No.
Really?
No. Big 12 usually don't get that.
He's done a hell of. I know he's nominated. They were saying in an article today. He's done a hell of a job changing that program around.
I think if he would have won the Big 12, yes. I think Ed Orgeron will win it for LSU. I think that's who wins it. If you ask me. Yeah. LSU is by far the most dominant team. Or the Ohio State head coach. I can never remember his name, but I think LSU head coach is Cookie Monster. Farmer Fran at Origin.
He is
Farmer Fran. Farmer Fran and the Cookie Monster. Okay, Ed. Whatever you say.
Somebody asked me some question. I missed it. Who do you think will get the head coaching job? I mean, again, we got to wait until we see all the teams that are. Well, I cannot answer that. I can't give you an educated answer until I see all the firings and I know all the potential openings. I don't know which teams are going to be looking for coaches. I don't know which situations are going to be more attractive than ours, which is going to be a lot of them, if I'm being completely honest.
Yep.
And I don't know, who's going to be fired, who's going to throw their hat into the ring to be a potential coaching candidate. So I can't give a real answer on that until after the season.
Right. After Black Monday, you'll know better. Thank you, Camaro Cowboy. Ryan Day is the coach for Ohio State. I can never remember the guy's name. It's because it's so damn basic. It's hard for me to remember. Ryan Day. All right.
Jim Kelly, what's going on there, fella? He says, would you keep Shurmur if he let the whole stadium pelt him with hot dogs?
No. Hot dogs are soft. If you can pelt them with ice balls or throw icicles at them, then yes, I'll let him keep them. Just to watch that.
Oh, man. Odds on Shurmur getting fired after the season, I'd say 95%.
Yeah. Don't worry, Javon. The Giants aren't taking Joe Burrow. They're not going to do that. Chisel, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really. He says he sounds like how a cigarette would if it talks. Talking about that origin. Yeah, he is. He's boom.
Dak owns the division. He's better than Brady. God, JJ Troll, you are the worst troll in the world. Yeah. You are the worst troll in the world. You sound like Jerry Jones.
He's better than Brady. Okay.
Sounds like his owner. Our problem is we get too many young. A new coach might not like that, or he might, because we have cap space and we have emerging talent. So he might. And the other thing that's attractive to a coach is obviously where we're going to be picking in the draft. So, there are some things that are attractive to a potential new GM if they decide to move on from Gettleman. Also, if you tell a GM, you're going to get Chase Young with your first pick.
Right.
And then you're going to be able to do whatever you're going to have another 8 picks or whatever we have in the draft. It's attractive with the cap space we have. So we definitely have some things that may attract a head coach or GM if we decided to move on from Gettleman, which I don't think we will, but it's possible.
Right. Yeah. Would you be mad if the Giants' next coach is a clap? We're not getting Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's staying there. You're going to win the division. Jerry Jones loves Jason Garrett. He's not going anywhere. He is your coach for the foreseeable future.
What's going on, Gangrene David? Stand up!
I saw somebody asked if Darius Slayton can be a possible number one. I think he already is our number one receiver. Oh, Dayman, thank you for the stewardship, bro. I really appreciate it. Really, really. Do you think Chase Young can be the same kind of impact player as a 3-4 outside linebacker instead of 4-3 defensive end? Or if we draft him, we switch back to the 4-3 guaranteed maximum comfort to him? We were talking about it earlier, Dayman. It depends on the coach. I don't think Betcher's coming back here. I think that we don't have the linebacking personnel to play a 3-4. I think we would go back to the 4-3 and Chase Young going to make everybody in that line better. I don't know what they're going to do with Leonard Williams. If they keep him, I don't think he's going to get the money he wants. But if they keep him, make Leonard Williams better, makes Dalvin Tomlinson better, makes Dexter Lawrence better. But Chase Young's good enough to play in either one. He's that athletic. So I think he could be an outside linebacker on a 3-4. But I think they would go to a 4-3 if they're drafting him, for sure.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything Baddog just said. Everything that you've read about the guy and seen on film is he's fully capable of playing in both the 3-4 and the 4-3.
Ian Jones, thank you for the super chat, brother. Do appreciate it. Really. Oh, by the way, I don't know about Damien on a $10. Boom! And Ian Jones, thank you for the super chat, brother. Billy. What position should they get in the second round? Offensive line. Left tackle.
Yeah.
Left tackle.
And I don't know why this guy keeps asking me. He says, yo, Chris, for you, Flacco and Patrick Mahomes are hurt, so who's their quarterback then? They play on different teams. Right. Don't they? Flacco and Mahomes aren't on the same team.
Right, yeah. Flacco's a Bronco, and Mahomes is a Chief.
I mean, Drew Lock's been the quarterback with the Broncos now for the last 2 weeks. Yeah. And Mahomes, from what I read, could play this week, so we'll have to wait and see.
And Ian Jones, thank you for the $2. Boom! I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Let's see what we got here. I know this won't happen, but this is my dream. Bill Belichick gets fired because of Spygate 2.0, and then Mara cleans house and gives. That will not happen, Mariano, but you could dream. You could definitely dream.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. You never know.
Thoughts on Megan's asking you. Thoughts on DeAndre Baker's performance last night?
DeAndre Baker's been up and down all year. It's just I think he's got a lot of. He's not that athletic guy, but he plays hard. I think he's a much better press coverage, man-to-man coverage guy. He sucks in the zone. He doesn't know how to play zone coverage. So, again, that's the defensive coordinator's job to build around your strengths. And these guys don't. That's why I get so pissed off at them. They do not build around the player's strengths. They don't know how to. They don't game plan around the strengths. They game plan the same thing every week. They haven't figured out what guys can do good and what they don't do good. And they continue to play at stupid soft, which allows a tight end to run free down the middle of the field every damn time. So, it sucks.
I thought Baker probably. I know he played well against Godwin with the Bucs, but definitely his best game in a number of weeks. He had a couple of huge plays on defense. I thought Baker was one of our best players on defense last night, so that was encouraging. Hopefully he can continue to play well the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Predictions for DJ year 2 stats. It's gonna. I couldn't even give those to you now. It would depend on the offensive line, the coach, the receiver. There's so much that's going to go into how Daniel Jones does in year 2. There's a lot that's going to go on around him. There's going to be a lot of people that aren't back here next year.
Yeah, it's impossible. Without knowing the team, it's impossible to predict stats. If they give him a sound offensive line, they had a nice wide receiver. He could put up big numbers. He could throw for 30 touchdowns, 32 touchdowns. It's possible. Yeah, definitely possible.
If he's throwing 20 touchdowns in 10 games with this team, I definitely think he could throw 30 touchdowns next year. With the right scheme, with the right coach, with the right talent, Rover Sports is in the house.
My man, did you get a chance to watch his post-game video?
I have not.
Oh, my God. His post-game video, I got goosebumps. He got me so jacked up.
I am watching it.
It was like 3 minutes. He's at the stadium at the link. He went to the game.
Yeah, he's got tickets there, right? Because all his family's Eagles fans, right? And he's a Giants fan. Yeah.
And he's at the stadium screaming at the camera at the top of his lungs, "This is what you're a Giants fan for, to live through this misery." And it was great. It was great.
I'm watching.
Check it out.
I definitely check it out. Definitely check it
great.
out. Was it as good as his post-game one about Matt Nagy last year when the Bears
No,
that's the greatest rover ever.
That's the greatest video in the history of YouTube. I am convinced of that. The first time I watched that video, I was dead. I watched that. I think I've watched that video in its entirety 8 times already. That was an unbelievable video by Roberson.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one. Without a doubt. That was awesome. Do you think Betcher will get fired? Absolutely. There's no doubt. They're all gone. This entire coaching regime is gone. Tisch has pretty much said that. Are they safe for next year? Well, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. Those are decisions that have to be made. He didn't say they're safe. Right. Well, all that guarantees is they're going to keep their job for the rest of the year. That's not it. They're not coming back. Anyone other than Chase Young at 2? No.
Well, yeah, if Chase Young's there, no, I'm taking Chase Young. What's going on, Gabe? Thanks for popping in. If he's not, we get this asked this all the time. You either trade down or you take the offensive lineman.
Diet Coke is worse than regular. Go for ginger ale. Said actually, Diet Coke is good for you. Diet Coke is good for you. Everybody tells me it's bad for you. It's good for you. No calories.
What do you mean? No calories, but it's not good for you.
None of it's good for you. Nothing's good.
It's not like if you wake up in the morning and you should drink that. Your doctor tells you to drink Diet Coke.
You should. Well,
you should just drink water. Right?
Why? I'm like Beckham. I don't drink water.
If you're trying to be healthy.
I don't drink water. I'm healthy enough. I'm not too concerned about drinking a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I'm like Mike Francesa. Got Diet Coke. I see LT is back. LT. Now that Jinx is broken, LT is talking to me again. I see.
Yeah. And E-Boogie, we say that all the time. We need a backup running back. We need a guy like a Brandon Jacobs. Maybe not as big of a role as he had, being that we have Barkley, but we need that guy that could go in there and get those short 2-yard gains on that 3rd and short. I completely agree with you.
Joseph Guido is a great name, though. Guido was my nickname when I was younger, so I like that.
I see UCF Jaguars in here, by the way.
UCF Jaguar. Wow, Rover Sports and UCF Jaguar in the same stream. This is legendary. This is legendary already. By the way, if you have not done so, guys, go into the description and click on the link to the Annotated Talkin Sports. Make sure you sub them up if you have not done so. And hey, if you're new to this channel, you can sub this one up too. We do this show every week. We alternate channels. But yeah, sub us up, ring the bells, and please hit that thumbs up. I got over 300 people in the house. So again, thank you so much for being here tonight. We really do appreciate it very much, man. It means the world to us. So thank you for being here. And continue to ask those questions.
And Carl Hargrove's in the chat. Great subscriber of mine. Thank you for being here. And Bad Dogs. He says, we had guys in the preseason that fit that. I don't know what he's referring to. Maybe he's talking to somebody in the chat.
We need to replace Ingram. Yes, agreed. Todd McShay's an idiot, JD. Answered that earlier. He's an idiot. We're not taking a quarterback with our first pick.
Bad Dog, yes, I had to take a broken. For some reason, when it was you and I, only your Eagles picks were the kiss of death.
He picked him once. He picked him once in a parlay. LT, do you know how much I picked them in 2017? I made a lot of money off of you guys. I did not pick them in the Super Bowl. I never, ever bet against the Patriots in the Super Bowl, except for when the Giants played them. I did bet against them both times because I wasn't betting against the Giants. I knew we were kicking their ass both times we played them. Money line, that first one. That one paid nice.
I see. I just want to answer Nick Young. I asked this a couple of times. He said, what's the most amount of money you'd give Leonard Williams per year?
$14 million.
Yeah, that's between 12 and 14 for me because it goes up every year. They announced today it's going to be between $8 and $10 million salary cap is going to go up, which means on a $190 million salary cap, you figure everybody's getting, what is that, Bad Dog? That's about a 5% raise, somewhere around there.
Yep.
So a guy that made $17 million last year, which was the highest paid D tackles, now about 18. So if he's going to be the top of the top, he's going to get 18. I figure 13 is fair, being that he has upside, doesn't have the production. I think right there, 13 I think is the number that I would go for with Leonard Williams. No higher.
Right.
Maybe 14. That's it.
Right. I see Justina's in the chat. What's going on, Justina? Lakers tomorrow, early tomorrow, 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. That means I'm going to get to bed at a decent hour tomorrow. That's unbelievable. I remember last time I went to bed at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be able to do that tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
You wouldn't have Grumpy Dog.
What's that?
No Grumpy Dog tomorrow in the morning. You'll be fresh.
I'm still always a bear in the morning. I hate waking up. That alarm sucks. Alarm goes off. So yep, another day at work. Here we go. How many wins do you think a good coach is worth with this current Giants squad? And do you think Dallas has the inside track on who you want? I think a good coach with this Giants squad, honestly, is 5 games. I mean, we've been in a few games. The game we should have beat you last night. You can't blow a 17-3 lead. You can't do that. I feel like we should have won the Cardinals game. I feel like we could have won the Lions game. The Bears game we had as well. The Packers killed us. We were in that game for what? The Patriots game we were in the fourth quarter. We were in some games this year. And I always feel like the coaching was really bad. As far as Dallas having the inside track on who I want, I don't think Lincoln Riley is going anywhere. He just signed a 5-year, $32 million deal in February to stay with Oklahoma. And I think that he's in such a great situation in Oklahoma. If they win the national championship this year, maybe he does. That's the only way I can see it. I feel like he wants to win a national championship there. I don't think Dallas is getting it. I know that's the talk. I know Jerry Jones wants that guy, but I don't think Lincoln Riley's leaving Oklahoma.
Here's my thought process, and I could be completely wrong, but this is just my thought process with the Cowboys. If I'm a good head coach and I have respect for my coaching ability, why would I go to Dallas? Because I know if I go to Dallas, I'm going to be a puppet. Jerry Jones is never going to give me full say. He's not going to let me coach the team the way that I want to coach it. If you're a great coach, and I know it's a good situation, but why would you go there? Jerry Jones is a big problem there.
Because for the same reason you manage the Yankees. I mean, that's the mecca of football. They're the most popular team in football. So,
yeah, I guess. But if I'm Lincoln Riley and I'm used to having full control in college, why do I want to go to Dallas to be a puppet to be under Jerry Jones?
Yeah, well, that's good. Good point. Really good point. So we'll see.
That's just the way I look at it.
Do you want Gettleman back? I'm on the fence. If they fire him, it ain't gonna hurt my feelings. If they bring him back, it ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I'm kind of Steven Evans. Steven Evans.
Yeah. What's going on, John? Thanks for popping in the stream. But I'm kind of the same way with Gettleman. I'm lukewarm with him. I like some of the things he's done. I don't like some of the other things he's done. But the team has been so bad that I can't get on the Giants if they blow it up. I mean, you have 2 wins. You said this. You said it yourself. If they don't win another game this year, it'll be the worst season in franchise history.
Yeah. They've never lost 14 games. I'm just looking. I mean, LT's a great Eagles fan. I see John Letourneau popped in. He's a great Eagles fan. Brock Kitchline was in there. There's a lot of really good Eagle fans on YouTube. It really is.
Yeah.
When we make fun of the Eagles, it's not about you guys. It's there's a couple video makers, a couple of typers that we have to needle, but. There's a lot of good Eagle fans. So we appreciate, all your support. We got a lot of Eagles fans, Cowboys fans in here. It's just really cool. So appreciate you guys.
Phenomenal. Some of our best subscribers are Eagles and Cowboys fans.
Rover said, if not Riley, Rule, or Rivera, who would you guys pick?
First off, Spencer, and again, college means nothing when they say what they say. But today, Rule came out and said that he has no plans to go to the NFL this year. But people have said that before. So if I had my choice, I would actually pick Rule. And I like Rivera a lot. I would pick Rule. I think he's got a higher ceiling than Ron Rivera. I love both of them, though. I'd be very happy with either one of them. But I would pick Rule if I had the choice.
I'd rather have Rule myself. Just watching what he did at Temple and then watching what he's done at Baylor in such a short time. I mean, Baylor won 1 game his first year there. Now they're 11-2. And if they would have beat Oklahoma one of those games, they would have won the Big 12 championship game. And they'd be going to the playoff. So I like Rule. But like Chris said, I'm not going to be upset with Ron Rivera. No, definitely not.
I personally think the Panthers making a mistake getting rid of Ron Rivera. I know that they've struggled the last 2 years, but people forget last year, Panthers were 6-2 before Cam Newton goes down with an injury.
Yeah.
So it's not like his fault that the quarterback goes down. I mean, the whole offense revolves around Cam Newton. So when Cam Newton before he goes down, they're 6-2. They're headed to the playoffs again. Ron Rivera's a good head coach. I don't care what anybody says. He's a good head coach.
He is. Troy, the Giants fan, have a great night, my man. We love you too, man. This is a good night. Love you guys. All right, Troy. Have a great evening. Hobo Steve is in the house. What's going on? Jared Williams, how can I be the man when you're the man? There was something I wanted to ask up there. I see the Phillies Ace says, we stink. Yes, you guys do. You guys stink. It's just funny. I saw a lot of Eagle video makers. Carson Wentz is clutch. Oh, Wentz clutch. Wentz. You had to go to overtime against the worst damn team in football in your own stadium. And you're telling me he's
the
clutch.
Dolphins the week before.
How the hell is he clutch? What the hell are you talking? You beat a team with 2 wins. And did you watch him in the first half? He was horrible in the first half.
Remember that throw where it looked like he was spiking it into the ground?
Yeah, my God. What are you talking? Ooh. Oh, my God. We beat the Giants. Get out of here, man. Clutch my ass. Clutch. You're 6-7. How clutch is he? His career record is 11-13. How clutch is? Well, outside of the since he came back from the injury.
Since that season. What's going on, Noah? Thanks for being here, buddy. Joe Lutz in the house.
Clutch is winning 2 Super Bowls when your team is down and you need a touchdown to win the last 4 minutes of the game. That's clutch. That's what clutch is. Not winning a freaking Week 14 game against a 2-win Giants team in overtime in your own stadium. Come on.
I mean, you can say that about every quarterback in the league. They've all been clutch against us all year.
Yeah, Kyler Murray, clutch. Matt Stafford, clutch. God, Josh Allen, clutch.
Dak Prescott looked like Joe Montana against us.
Yeah, exactly. It's just ridiculous. I'm not even talking about EDP. EDP is EDP. I'm not even talking about EDP. EDP is EDP. EDP does what EDP does. I laughed at his video. I thought his was hilarious. I'm not talking about him. There's a lot of other people. I saw an Eagle fan come in here early go, when's his clutch? Stop. We only had 1 receiver to throw to. Who cares? Zach Ertz was wide open.
Daniel Jones has only had 1 receiver to throw to all year with all the injuries we've had. Join the club.
It's true. Yeah, you had 3 tight ends due to injuries, but your best one was out there, and we didn't cover him. We never covered him, LT. We just let him run down the field. I should stream all day on Black Monday so we can get you live. When is Black Monday? Is that the Monday right after the regular season?
They right after the regular season.
I can. I'm off. I can.
Well, it's going to probably all happen at the same time. Probably. I don't know. But I don't think you have to live.
I won't be doing it.
You go live after all the fires.
Yeah.
And you recap it.
Yeah.
Our players getting hurt every year. Higher new strength and core. E-Boogie, they do. That's every New York team, it seems. Offensive line coach is a big issue for the New York Giants. You see all these other guys, they play good when they leave the Giants. They play good before they get here. And when they're here, they can't block. Right.
Yeah. I don't. It's strange. That could be the offensive line coach, too.
Yeah, that's what I just said. The offensive line coach. What's up, Arthur, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy.
There's no, everyone's asking me about Garrett Cole. Cole the Angels? No, that hasn't happened. He's not going to the Angels. And Cole the Yankees confirmed. I have got no update on my phone. I just saw the Yankees are a strong participant in getting him. But
they're gonna get him.
Well, we'll see.
If the field office doesn't fire everyone, I'll be pissed. Glax, I think the only guy who has a chance to come back is Gettleman.
Yep. I can't wait till that yearly loser Shurmur's got me neither, Eddie. I can't wait either. I think everyone in the chat can agree that Pat Shurmur needs to get his ass out of here.
Yeah. And Justina just brought a camera.
She brought the camera. Okay. She's taking pictures.
Oh.
No pictures, please, Justina. No pictures.
Let's see. Afghanistan says, where do you think Creed Humphrey could go in the draft? Late first, early second?
I would love to get him. With how bad Jalapeno is, I would love to have a freaking center that kicks ass like Creed Humphrey does.
Get him in the second round?
I would love to take Creed Humphrey in the second round. We need a left tackle, but we also need a center. Creed Humphrey could be that guy. He's damn good. Good. Or you take Kenneth Murray in the second round. Another guy. Those are the 2 guys. Well, there's 3 guys at Oklahoma that are Kenneth Murray, Creed Humphrey, CeeDee Lamb. Jalen Hurts will be, like I said, a rich man's Taysom Hill somewhere, but not a starting quarterback.
You see King Anby's in here. Wanted to shout him out. Hope Ben's doing well. Can you just deactivate Shurmur's key card tomorrow morning?
They should have just left him in Philly. I told you, they should have just all locked him in a locker and taken off.
Yeah, he's going to finish the year, but he won't have. He's not going to be back. Good to see you too, Eddie, man. Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy.
Yep, absolutely. We got 370 people in here. So, again, thank you guys so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you haven't done so, man, hit the like button, baby. Click that thumbs up button. How about all the streams? So if you could just give us a little thumbs up, that'd be great. More importantly, go into the description, click on the link to the Entertaining Talking Sports If you haven't subbed him up, sub him up, ring the bell. We'll do this show on his channel next week. And, of course, if you're new to this one, hey, sub this one up, too. Why the hell not? You get 2 for 1 that way. Sub it up, ring the bells. You got nothing to lose.
And, John, yeah, we'll do it. I'm going to try to have a call-in show on Friday. We'll see if I get my phone situation situated. I promised Stephen Evans if he's still here. So if I do that, I'll have you call in.
Mo Easter says Kenneth Murray's projected. Who the hell projects Kenneth Murray to go top 10? I love Kenneth Murray. That guy is not going top 10 in this draft unless he blows the doors off the combine. He is not going top 10.
Good. You never know.
You do never know.
Yeah. What's up, Brandon Rogers, man? Thanks for popping in the stream. Shadon Smith in the house. Jesus, Daniel Jones is freaking ass on Madden. Well, that's Madden, West Coast. Madden means nothing to me.
Yeah, it's a video game.
Yeah. What's up, Rigo, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy.
What's up, Rigo? Walter football. Well, I'm not. I don't really pay too much attention to what people are projecting in December. I mean, you could look at Walter football and get the 2020, the 2022 mock draft if you wanted to. I mean, they do it years ahead.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out as we get closer. Tainah, remember when Sonor wanted us to take Joe Bocci over Chase Young? Yeah, Sonor.
What?
Oh, Sonor.
Sonor's on Mars again tonight. So.
And Frank, appreciate that, man.
Thank you, Frank. Do appreciate it.
Subscriptions, man. Thank you very much, man.
Really do appreciate it.
Chris, make me a cannoli. I got no cannolis here, Angel.
You know how hard it is to make a cannoli?
Yeah.
Especially if you're making the shell. Making the filling's not difficult, but the
I've
shell.
Never made the shell.
The shell, you need a double boiler. It's a pain in the ass.
You've done it?
No. I read what I was going to do that once. I said to my wife, I said, let's cook something together. Let's make a cannoli. Let's make some cannolis. And I read what you had to do. I said, no, the hell with that. It takes like 8 hours to do the shell. And I'm like, you know what? We'll kill each other if we do that. So, never mind.
Just get them at the bakery.
Yeah, it's just a lot easier that way.
Yeah.
This is a great one. I love this. Benjamin says, anyone believe Baddog doesn't watch adult films? And as I say every time, why would I lie about that? I don't lie about anything to you guys. Why would I lie about that? Why would I tell you I didn't if I did?
I don't understand why you would lie about that because it does make them sound abnormal. It's not like
I am abnormal, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but what if I did? What would I be ashamed of? I'm not. I just don't. I don't. Chris and I had a discussion about this.
We had a discussion up there. It was fun. It was educational. We bonded.
Yes.
Yeah, from time to time, Chad, I do indulge. Even Duke can beat the Knicks. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see what we got here. Watch Dexter, Baddog. Well, Dexter's a good show. That's a series.
Yeah, I gotta watch a million things. I gotta watch The Irishman. I gotta watch The Sopranos. I gotta watch Dexter. I have no time. You guys don't understand. I got no time in my life ever. It's hard. It's hard to find time to do anything. Maybe, but when I'm off for these 2 weeks coming up, then I will have time. That's how I got through Breaking Bad, in my vacation. I streamed like 4 seasons in 3 days. I got so addicted to that. When we went up to Lake George and stayed overnight, I was like, ooh, Amazon's on, or not Amazon, Netflix is on here. Yes. I don't know what just happened. We got 468 in the house now. There you go.
Thank you for being here. Thank you to
really
everybody.
Really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, hit that thumbs up and, ask your questions.
He says, what if they took Isaiah Simmons over Chase Young? We've been asked that before, Reese. Not gonna. I'd be upset. I'd be upset.
I'd be
that
upset.
Doesn't mean he can't be a good player, but I'd be upset.
Yep. What about the adult films? Glax, thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. Brilliant. I really appreciate it. He says, I think Gettleman should be fired only because if we keep him on and then fire him a year or two later, we get rid of the coaches just hired. That's a good point.
That was the point I made in one of my videos. That's the exact point I made in one of my videos. And that is the reason I would fire Gettleman if I was going to fire him would have less to do with the job he's done. Now, I don't think he's done a great job, so I think it warrants a potential fire. It's based on the way the team's played. But it would have more to do with the situation that it could create if we kept him on and brought in a new head coach because of it. Yeah. That if I were to get rid of him, that would be it.
And that's kind of what we did before with the stupid thing, with McAdoo. We kept Jerry Reese here. We should have got rid of Reese and kept Coughlin. That's what we should have. Thank you for the $5. Boom! LT said something about who would I want to see win the next Super Bowl. Definitely the Redskins. I mean, it's not even close. The Redskins way before Dallas and Philly. Way before.
Yeah.
Nick, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really, man. Really do appreciate the love, guys. Thank you so much. He says, if Leonard Williams stays and we switch to a 4-3, would you put him at defensive end or D-tackle?
Good question.
It is a good question because I'm trying to think who our other DN would be. I'm assuming we draft Chase Young.
Well, you could play Jimenez at the other DN. Or you could bring in one via free agency.
Right. You could, and then you rotate Lawrence, Tomlinson, and Williams. So
yeah, and BJ Hill's I guess out.
Yeah, right. Well, you could rotate him too. But thank you for the $5 boom. I do appreciate that. Chris Brazer says, "Baddog, you're a bad son of a bitch." I appreciate that. Cowboys lost to the team that lost to the Bengals. Crazy stuff. Take a quarterback in the second round to put pressure on Deion Jones. Nah, we can't waste a pick with a quarterback. We need too many other spots. Other spots.
I agree with you. If he's available, Javon, I find it hard to believe that the Jaguars would make him available. He's young, he's got talent, but anything's possible.
Schaubert's a guy too. We could go after.
Yeah, Schaubert's another guy. Yeah. I don't know what their, both those teams. I don't know what their situation is in terms of the potential to franchise tag those players either, which is obviously a possibility. So we'll see if those players even hit the market.
Pete Nicoletti says thoughts on Mara. He's done a bad job. There's no doubt about that. He's done a bad job.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Mara put us in is the primary reason we're in the situation we're in.
Ricky Roma said, "Baddog, list your top 50 French philosophers." I'm going to do a video on that, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll definitely tune in for that.
Yeah, everybody would. That's
I'll
can't
be
miss.
the first. I'll be the first there, baby.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
I have to say, Eli played well in the second half. Everybody quit on him. No, second half, they're all bad. They're all bad.
Let's see. I think Shurmur smokes too much weed. Yeah, you're probably right.
No, I don't think he smokes enough. I think Pat Shurmur sniffs bath salts. Or actually, he's a weirdo. He probably sniffs glue. Who the hell knows what he does?
He probably doesn't watch porn.
No, he probably does. He probably does. He probably does watch that, and that's why his mind's all jacked up.
Chris, can you do a video about the top 8 planets in our solar system? Yes, I'll do that for you, Sinor. Yes.
Yeah, you should. Well, the one that Sinor lives on, Mars, you could definitely do one on that. And of course, we could do a video on why Pluto is no longer a planet.
Yeah. Sinor brings that up routinely.
Yes, it's all good.
Have a good night, Trisha, man. Thanks for being here.
Yes, Trisha, have a great night. Matt. Shurmur ate clues. Oh, yeah, he was the kid that ate the crayons and sniffed it. Yeah, absolutely. He ate paste. He's a paste eater, without a doubt. How
come nobody blames Tish? Is Mara the one who runs the Giants full time? I blame what you want. It's ownership.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah, Tish or Mara, whatever it is, ownership is the primary reason why the Giants are in the position they are today.
Yeah, definitely. They got to do a better job. Pluto used to be a planet, then Shurmur coached it. There you go, Anthony DeSantis. That's exactly what happened. Shurmur could coach anyone right out of the league.
Have a great night, Jake. Thanks for being here, and appreciate that Sophisticated Films TV.
Yes, Jake. Take her easy. Kyle Van Noy's a free agent. That's not a bad guy. He killed us in that Patriots game. I'll tell you
I just worry, though, with Van Noy.
All the Patriots fail when they leave.
I was going to say, if the Patriots let him go, there's usually a reason. So that's what I worry about.
Soldiers or Flowers? Well, I would say Flowers because he was a lot cheaper. And Washington was smart. They did something that I screened for years for the Giants to do, and that was move the guy to guard because he was always a decent run blocker. He just could not pass block. And I always thought that they should have tried him. Skins have a left guard. I always said, why don't they move him over to the right side, right? Have him go right guard. But nope.
Yeah, and somebody has Vaughn says tag Leonard Williams. I would be for that. The problem I think you might have there, you might hold out if you do that.
Yeah.
It seems like Leonard Williams is all about the money.
Yep.
Good chance Leonard Williams would hold out if you tag him, but they could try it for sure.
Do you think Shurmur would have been fired earlier if OBJ was still here to call him out? Nah, I don't think that would have happened. Give me your food. I don't think Beckham would have had that much pull on it. The record speaks for itself. The record is what's getting him fired. Not a displeasure of a player. It's the team is just awful, and they continue to lose games like this where he's outcoached, and you can see it every week. So I just think that adds to it. Maybe it would have pushed it along. I don't even think it would have. I think the Giants will just take care of it at the end of the year. And I don't think Beckham would have made a difference on this team either, honestly. I don't think you would have put up better numbers than Slayton's putting up.
Wouldn't have mattered. But maybe we have one more win if Beckham's here. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all.
Right. Y'all are the best. Have a great night, even though my Eagles stink, and I'll be angry if we make the playoffs. All right, John. Have a great night, brother. Always appreciate you swinging by and tuning in.
Yeah, John, man. Thanks for being here, buddy. Really do appreciate it. Yeah. So I always laugh about that people say Beckham would contribute so many more wins. He didn't contribute wins when he was here.
No, he didn't.
So, and it's not his fault. It's the same reasons that we say, to when people say it's only Eli Manning, they're not good where it matters most.
Right.
Still not.
They're not.
Still not.
Gregory Lum says, I hate Shurmur. Dudes, how do we get our next wide receiver one? I think we have it. I think Darius Slayton has proven he could be a wide receiver one. I do. I'm not
going to go that far yet, but I think he could be. And he's definitely a wide receiver, too, with upside.
I think we have enough. I think a receiving core is good enough, honestly. You don't win with wide receivers in this league. You win with running.
I agree with that. We can get by with the guys we got. Now, who knows if Golden Tate. I don't mind if they draft a wide receiver early in 2 years, but this year we have to address
defense.
Our two biggest needs.
Offensive line, defensive line, yeah.
Yeah.
Give us Chase Young and get some offensive line help on here. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Here you go, Kristaps Porzingis says, well, you should. As well you should. OBJ caliber, you're not going to find that very easily.
Yeah.
That guy's one of the best receivers in the league, still.
Yeah. And those guys are not as valuable as Chase Young's, period. I don't care how great the receiver is. How many games did Megatron win? Those guys don't. It's much more valuable to get a J.J. Watt, to get an Aaron Donald, as opposed to getting a Calvin Johnson. Yeah. Just is.
Yeah, Angel. There's a lot of Giants that should have been drafted instead of the guys they drafted. That's for sure. I mean, you could go back to 2015. We could have taken Todd Gurley instead of Eric Flowers. Even 2011, they could have taken Mark Ingram instead of Prince Amukamara. So it is what it is. So OBJ should play with Murray. That would be fun to watch, Eddie. Kyler Murray and Odell Beckham. That would be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that would be fun to watch. Let's see what we got here. Who would you want in the draft if Thomas or Young aren't there, assuming the Giants fall to 4 or 5 in the draft? Wilfred asks.
I think Andrew Thomas would still be there at 4 or 5. But no, I don't think he'd go that fast.
I think he'd be there at 4. We're not draw. I don't think we're.
No, we can't unless we went out.
I'd be shocked if we fall outside of the top 3. We're gonna be 4 at the latest. 5, I think you don't get Andrew Thomas, but I don't think we're gonna be 5. I think 4 is as far as we could possibly drop, because if you look at the draft order, you've got there's 2. Right now we're in the 2nd. The Falcons won last week, and we have the tiebreaker on them.
Yeah.
So really, there's only 2 teams that could pass us, and that's the 2 teams we play. So I think the furthest the Giants could drop is 4.
Yep.
So I don't see us falling to 5.
It's tank for Youngtown. What's up, Kyle Johnson? Ricky wants to do a live draft reaction where you go crazy. I will not react the way I did when we took Deion Jones. I can tell you that will not happen again.
Yeah.
It will not happen again. That won't happen again. Unless he took CeeDee Lamb too, then I might.
It'd be bad.
Never say never, but I don't think I'll ever react the way I did with just because I couldn't.
Well, for one, it was a quarterback.
Yeah. Number 2, we wanted Josh Allen. Never thought he'd be there at 6th ever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Especially this year, it's not. We know who's going to be there. It's not like we know going in. If we have 2 or 1, Chase Young's probably going to be there. It's not going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We were so excited that Josh Allen even fell.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's going to be a different situation this year.
It's crazy. The Giants won't go out and get Antonio Brown. They won't bring that guy in here. They just traded Odell Beckham, and Odell Beckham is a diva, but Antonio Brown is a sociopath. He watches porn. Most sociopaths watch porn. They do. Ted Bundy was a big porn watcher, and we all know what Ted Bundy did. So, Gary Ridgway killed 71 prostitutes. It usually has something to do with it. So, as crazy as I may be, I'm not sociopathic. Maybe have the tendencies, but I'm not one.
That's confirmed. Jack Rabbit's status after the season ends. He's going to go somewhere else probably. I mean, it's possible he's back, being that we have a young secondary and we didn't trade him.
Why didn't we trade him?
We should have got something. I'll say 70% he's gone. And if he's gone, somebody will pick him up. He's still a decent corner.
Chris Senior said I'm a pyromaniac. I wonder if he knows what pyromaniac is. Now, I owned the album Pyromania back in the day by Def Leppard. I mean, I'm that old to have had Def Leppard stuff. God, I've been around a long time.
I would think he knows what it means if he said it, but maybe he doesn't.
Yeah. Well, he would know. I mean, he broke a plate because he said it. So he would. I really am the Zodiac Killer. Yes, I am, Reese Jones. I haven't aged in years.
Let's see what we got here.
Chip Kelly.
Yes, so no, that is what it is. I am a sociopath for cannolis. That's a fact.
Yes, should be. How do we not stunt Jones's growth with Shurmur going in a new offense? Because you got to be good enough to adjust. That's just how it is. Yeah, I think that the problem is you can't worry about one. I know the quarterback's like the most important player on the team. I get that. You cannot worry about him when your entire team stinks, because keeping a bad coaching staff here does not help Daniel Jones. It just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, Pete, I'll say this. That was my biggest worry 4 weeks ago, and it's why I stood up for Shurmur 4 weeks ago. Not because of his coaching ability, but because of that scenario and the fact that I don't think we're going to be an attractive place based on how bad our situation is currently for a head coach. So I don't think we're going to get the top-tier coaches. So I don't think this is the ideal year to make a coaching change, and that is why I said what I said 3-4 weeks ago. But it's gotten to the point now where I just can't see them bringing him back. And there are examples. Now, we're not getting to McVay, but there are examples of when coaching changes have been made in the second year of a quarterback's career where he does take off. Jared Goff's a prime example of that. We're not getting to McVay, though, in my opinion. So,
right.
No, I completely get where he's going with that. That was the primary reason why I didn't want to make a change if we didn't have to. But it's gotten to the point where I think we have to.
Yeah, you got to. You can't have this again next year. Because, again, it's just obviously Pat Shurmur doesn't meet with the quarterbacks every week. And obviously Daniel Jones hasn't improved. I don't know how much he's regret, but he hasn't improved. He has not fixed his shortcomings. He's not fixed his errors. Something you got to do. Coaching has to do that. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But Pat Shurmur's got to get out of here. This team is awful. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
He's got to go.
What's up, Hot Take Hockey Man? Thanks for being here, buddy.
Gregory Lum says, Clowney's a free agent after the season. Yes, he is. Sign him and Young? I don't know. Clowney's going to command a lot of money, and Clowney's kind of overrated, in my opinion. I'd rather get a linebacker in free agency than a defensive end, because I really feel like we're going to draft Chase Young. So...
yeah, I honestly don't see Clowney hitting the market. Seattle traded a lot to get him.
Yeah,
I don't think they let him hit free agency. I think he's back with the Seahawks. I'd be shocked if he's not.
Yeah. Do we need a new kicker or stick with Rosas?
I'd give Rosas another year. He was a Pro Bowl last year. He's starting to play a little bit better. Maybe it was a mental thing. I'll give him another year. Like I always say, that's the least of our worries right now. We have so many other holes.
Yeah.
I give Rosas another year.
Yeah, I think Pat Shurmur's got a lot to do with Rosas' regression. I'm just gonna blame Shurmur for everything.
I was gonna say, how can you say that? You can blame Shurmur for a lot of things.
I blame Shurmur for the 2 feet of snow he got a couple weeks ago. I blame him for that. It's nice.
For your toilet getting clogged.
I blame him for everything. Yeah, toilet clogging, chat freezing up. It's all Pat Shurmur. It's a damn Shurmur voodoo. The Diet Coke, he makes me drink it. Pat Shurmur's the devil. He is, like the water boy. The devil, Mom? Yeah, that's
Eagle
right.
Speed says Pat Shurmur will not be fun. I would be shocked.
Yeah, well, Eagle Speed hopes. He hopes.
Here's my question: how do you sell it to the fans? How do you sell it to the fans?
Right.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't either. Doug Peterson might be fired. Doug Peterson sucks. He tried to lose that game last night. Tried. Yeah. Going for it 4th down early, stupid. Challenging that pass interference call, which is a horrendous move. He does that against any team worth a damn in this league. They lose. Should have lost anyway. But the fact that they cannot beat the Giants in regulation at home, bad news.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree with you. Peterson made a lot of boneheaded decisions in that game. He got lucky. The challenge was another one, that horrible challenge when DeAndre Baker in the end zone. That was a horrible challenge by him. That wasted timeout. He's not a very good coach. I think he's overrated. I think Frank Reich was the mastermind with the Eagles.
Yeah, West Coast. A lot of people mention Josh McDaniels. That's another one, but he says they should do what they do. GM and head coach, good relationship. McDaniels and Riddick, and each give him 6-year deals. Give him a sense of security. Now, if they were to bring in that, I'm all for. If they were telling me we'd replace Gettleman with Riddick, I'm all for that. I would do that in a second. I would take Louis Riddick in here over Dave Gettleman in a heartbeat. But
now, the only thing I'm going to say about Louis Riddick, he did want Dwayne Haskins. If he was the GM, we'd have Dwayne Haskins right now and not Daniel Jones.
That's true, but
he was a huge Haskins guy.
We ain't got to worry about that, though. Because we don't have him.
He's
not drafting a quarterback for us. We ain't got to worry about it.
No, I'm just saying.
Boy, Haskins stinks.
And I'll be fair. If I was Jim, we'd have Josh Allen. We wouldn't have taken a quarterback. But if I was going to pick a quarterback, I'll be fair. I would have taken Haskins over Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Well, I probably would have too. I knew nothing about Daniel Jones. I know I didn't like Dwayne Haskins, though. I know that. The Knicks are now 4-20. That's a perfect record for them because everybody that's a Knicks fan should be high as hell. I don't know what the hell we even bother for. 4-20. The Giants and Knicks combined are freaking 6-31. What the hell is New York sports becoming? Not only do we have to deal with the lousy freaking weather here all winter, we got to deal with the lousy freaking football and basketball.
I'm going to have to call my therapist after the stream. I'm going to have to call my therapist. I mean, it is getting me depressed.
All right, Anthony Santos, have a great night, man. He says he's headed to bed now. Yeah, we'll go for like another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll call it a day. We got 538 people in here, so we really do appreciate just the overwhelming and unbelievable support that you guys show this channel. It is unbelievable in such a bad season that you guys are here week in and week out. We say it all the time. We really, really do appreciate it. Can't say it enough. And if you haven't done so, man, give us a little thumbs up. It helps out the stream. Go into the link and click on the Entertainer Talking Sports. Click on his channel, sub him up. We'll be over there next week for this show. And if you haven't subbed up the Bad Diggity Dizzle here, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for both of us. And of course, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it so much.
And of course, we'll be live for the Chase Young Bowl on this channel.
That's right. Yeah.
Sunday,
and
then we'll be back on my channel the following week.
Chase Young Bowl 2 against Washington.
Right. Chase Young Bowl number 2.
And then we will... what's the word I'm looking for?
Eli Manning farewell game last week.
Right. Mercifully close out the season, week 17 on this channel. Yeah, mercifully end this season. Put it to bed.
Might be a huge game for the Eagles.
It could be. I would love to. That's what I want to do. I want to knock them out. I want them to have to win that game and us beat them.
I'm gonna give you the perfect scenario last week. All right, let's say if we win, we hurt our draft position. But if we could tie with the Eagles, we knock them out of the playoffs and we keep the draft spot.
Oh, that's perfect.
Imagine if we tied, we played for the tie in overtime just to make it so they missed the playoffs.
Well, we wouldn't. Pat Shurmur would actually win that game. Pat Shurmur would coach that one like it's like, I'm gonna screw these guys. Watch what I really can do.
Do the Redskins beat the Eagles? They definitely can.
They definitely could.
Eagles are banged up, and they're not a good football team.
They're not. Neither. The Redskins are playing the best football in this division. Scary as that is, they really are. They got a good defense. The Redskins got a pretty good defense. Eagles' offense is terrible. Their offense is awful. I think their offense, with Daniel Jones, I think the Eagles' offense could be worse than ours. It's not good.
It's not good.
The Giants' defense got so much pressure at the beginning of that game. It was unbelievable. I didn't even know what the hell I was watching.
Yeah, no, you're right. It looked like a massacre.
They're not a good team. Washington's got a good defense.
Washington definitely
can't overlook them.
Yeah.
And Washington wants to beat them.
Yeah, they're still in it technically, right? So.
Yeah, they are. They are still in it.
They're 3 out, 3 to play, so they need a miracle. But, you guys are my only relief from this horrible season. Well, you're our only relief from this horrible season. So we appreciate you guys just as much as you appreciate us. Believe us.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys.
Everyone's telling me Coldo's a Yankee. I don't see any update on my phone. I get those immediately. When 9 years, $314 million. Come on. Somebody just said, Was it Jared? No, I missed it. Someone said breaking news: Pat Shurmur got caught watching porn on his toilet.
I'm gonna look up right now if this is true. I'll let you know, Baddog.
I can't believe that I don't have a. Everyone's saying 324. How did I not get an update on my phone? I always get an update. Everyone's saying this, so that could very well be. Where are the Yankees? I don't know. I'm just middle of a Giants stream, sitting there wondering if my Yankees got Garrett Cole. John Heyman on Twitter. Heyman tweeted. Oh, so it's just a tweet. It's not official yet. Okay. Yeah. I know. I got a video to do then. Obviously.
Yeah, it's official. John Heyman just tweeted it out.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Breaking Garrett Cole to the Yankees, 9 years, $36 million.
Let's go! I got one team I can root for. Let's go!
Jeez, not $324 million.
Where the Yankees dropping the bucket. Dropping the bucket for the Yankees.
God, I'm so jealous of your team.
Chris, I tell you all the time.
That's the Mets' whole payroll.
I will turn my head and you can don pinstripes. I'll act like you never were a Mets fan. I promise. I won't tell anybody.
I want to be miserable for the rest of my life. I can't do it.
So let me give you a story. Let me give you a story here. Let me give you story time. Tonight I'm driving home. I had to go to the grocery store real quick, pick up some stuff for a little Baddog. So when I leave, I had to turn left in order to get onto the street to get onto my street. So the light's yellow, and I mean it's cold here, so I don't know if the roads are icy. I don't want to slam on my brakes, so I take it as it's yellow, and as I'm going through it, it turns red. And then I turn down my street almost immediately. I turn down my street, which is right there. Next thing I know, there's a cop behind me. Like I just see a car fly down the street, and then all of a sudden I see the lights. I go, oh no. I'm like, oh, NJ MHK, thank you for the super chat, brother. Billy says, enjoying the talk, guys. Thanks. No, thank you. Thank you guys
for thanking me.
Thank you for the $2. Boom! So I have to pull over, and I'm like, oh, God, that's what it is. I'm like, I'm sure that's what. So he comes out, he says, license and registration, blah, blah, blah. He says, is there any problem with your license? I said, no. He's like, I pulled you over? I said, no. He's like, you kind of went, you took a left over there, the light was turning red. I said, okay. I just sitting there. He comes back, and he's asking where my street is. I said, it's right around the corner. And he's like, where are you coming from? I said, the grocery store. And I swear to God, he looked at my hat, my Giants hat. I was wearing a Knicks jacket. He probably felt bad for me. He said, just watch the lights next time and let me go. He let me go. I swear to God, he's like, oh, this poor bastard. He's a Giants and a Knicks fan. Buddy, your life is hard enough. I can give you a ticket. It ain't going to hurt you as bad. He probably saw the Giants head go, oh, after what happened to them last night, buddy, you could have been speeding. I would let you.
You're good to go. Yeah. This guy will be close. You'll be on the suicide hotline if he gives you a ticket.
Yeah.
I'm letting go.
Yeah, he said, that poor guy. TV is where the Yankees get the money. We'll go 5 more minutes and then we'll wrap it up. We still got 527 people in here. This is crazy.
How old is Cole?
29.
Okay, so he'll be 30. It'll be like CC. You'll pay him for the last 2 or 3 years of the contract.
I can't believe that I haven't got that on my phone yet. And I can't believe, well, unless my buddies are texting. So it probably is what happened. Anyway, it's all right. We'll look it up after the show, after 5 minutes or whatever. It's funny how that just took over this Giants show here. Oh, it's big news, though. Yeah, Giants fired Shurmur. I wish.
Right.
I wish.
I'm on Twitter. I could look that up in a second.
Yeah.
No
midnight they decided to fire him.
Oh, that's awesome. The host. He says, Chris, I'm starting my own channel and doing sports podcasts. Do you guys have any tips? This is Reese Jones Jr. We'll get that in a second. I'll let you get that super chat, and then we'll get to that.
Just saw it. Exhorter, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, I do appreciate it. He says, great story, you nut. Lakers tomorrow, Exhorter. Lakers tomorrow, 6:45. Thank you so much for the $5. Boom! And I am a nut.
Yeah, but as far as, I pretty much say the same thing.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Guys, don't time Eagle Speed out. I know what Eagle Speed said. Don't time him out. Eagle Speed's fine. I've known Eagle Speed a long time. Don't time him out. He's fine.
Yeah. But no, the same tip I always give everybody. put out, first off, you want to put out good content. You don't want to put out nonsense because people aren't going to watch it. If you put out nonsense, make sure you put hard work into your videos, but make sure it's something that you love to do and it's something that you want to do, and that's it. Just come across passionate, and that's it. If you're having fun with it, people will watch eventually. That's all I got to say.
My advice, always, same advice to everybody. Be yourself.
Be yourself. Yeah.
Be yourself. Can't please everybody. Don't try to please everybody. So if you have an opinion, stick with it. Don't be wishy-washy with it. Be, just that. That's always my thing. Be who you are. If you're genuine, people notice. People can tell if you're genuine or you're not. People can tell if you're passionate or you're not. People can tell if you're acting. It's just be yourself. And if people don't like it, that's their problem. There's a lot of people that don't like me. That's their problem. And I don't go out of my way to bother anybody. So if somebody's got a problem with me, that's their problem. But
you
I'm
can't
not
please everybody.
Right. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to change what I do.
Yeah.
Make sure to have a great night, my man. And thank you for the super chat, brother. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, I don't care. People don't like me. It is what it is. But I'm not wavering on what I say. My opinion is my opinion. And if I'm wrong, I'm man enough to say, hey, I was wrong about this. But
that's what's great about having your own channel. You get to say what you want to say, how you want to say it. And if people don't like it, they'll tell you about it. And I'm always respectful. Sometimes I'm wrong. I'm like anybody else. Sometimes my opinion's right. Sometimes they're wrong.
I can't believe the Yankees got Garrett Cole, baby. I'm freaking fired up. When a pitchers and catchers report, because I wanted to know that after we got knocked out of the ALCS because the Giants season was already over.
I need Rendon to go to the Mets now. They signed Strasburg. Rendon's available. Mets got to get on the horn. They got a new owner now. Yankees just made a splash. Mets better go out there and get Anthony Rendon. Then I'll be happy. Get Rendon.
The Yankees are going to get Rendon. You didn't know that?
Oh, my God. You pissed me off now, brother.
Don't you know that that's what they're going to do? They're going to move Gio Urshela around. They're not getting. The Yankees don't get it. The Yankees need pitching. We got a third baseman. But hey, I think the Angels are in on Rendon, the Mets, and I think the Reds, or the Reds just getting Mustaka. I forget what the hell is going on. Baseball's crazy already. I try to tell him that, Mario. Chris, you can always become a Yankee fan.
Can't do it. I torture myself. But one year it's going to pay off.
All right. Ask a couple more questions, guys, and we will call it an evening. It's got 535 people. Again, thank you so much. I feel bad ending it with 535 people in here. It's freaking
crazy. You guys are incredible. Thank you guys for coming into the show again. I mean, on a week, same thing happened last week. After we got crushed, everybody shows up to the show. It's incredible. All the love and support you guys show us. So can't say thank you enough.
Yeah. Charles Dale, don't thank me for the update. They were telling me. About. I just got it now. Rod Gallus, Chase Young, but I kind of agree. I want Chase Young. Gettleman's not drafting another quarterback, guys. At least they got your Lakers, but they're not my Lakers. I cover the Lakers. They're not mine. I just cover them.
Whose jersey should you get? I would get Barkley if I had to pick one Giant. Maybe you want to wait for Chase Young. Maybe you want to get Darius Slayton. Maybe you want to get Daniel Jones.
Yeah, maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you get Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, maybe you get Dexter Lawrence. If you're a big guy, you might want to go with Dexter.
Yeah.
I always found that funny when I go to Giant games or sporting events. Usually the bigger guys, 275, they always have the offensive line.
They do.
Or the D tackle.
They do.
Yeah.
Asia, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Really, yes. I just heard the news. Just we got cold. Joe's McFly is going crazy right now. I hope for Chris' sake, Mets get Rendon or Mookie Betts. Asia's so kind. Me, Asia, honestly, I think we should get both Rendon and Betts. What do you think, Asia? Thank you so much for the $5. Boom!
And Asia, I'm hoping we get one of them. We've been linked to both of those players, and we got a new owner. So maybe he wants to make a splash. We'll see.
Betts a free agent or no?
Trade. It would have to be a trade.
But Rendon's a free agent.
Yeah, Rendon's a free agent.
Do you want to keep Leonard Williams? Depending on the price.
Depending on the price. I think he could be a valuable piece, but not. It's got to be the right fit. We can't overpay for a good player like we did with Solder. He didn't turn out to be good, but we overpaid we paid a good player at the time great money. We can't do that with Leonard Williams.
Yeah, I just like I said, I'm it's unfortunate that by the end of October, Chris and I are already talking about. It was by the end of October we were already talking about the draft again. We haven't won a game since September.
Yeah.
Haven't won a game since September. We lost 9 freaking games in a row. Just dark. It's dark time.
You get me depressed again, Baddog. You get me depressed again.
Well, I'm sorry, but my dad, my father grew up with this, and I always say I was 8 when they were good. And I told you I was 2 in 1978 when the original Miracle in the Meadowlands happened. My son's 2 now, so I can talk to him about how bad this Giants team was. Maybe by the time he's 8, they're really good. Oh, Chris K, man, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Brilly. He says, "Hey guys, I didn't know you were on tonight. I know you gotta go. I'll hit you up with a question next time. Tell dude to get an LT jersey." Yeah, LT, you can't go wrong with it. I am getting one for Christmas, but that is definitely a good idea. You can ask the question, Chris. I mean, that's not going to take long to ask a question. Thank you so much. And a $10 boom. Appreciate it. Yeah, ask your question real quick, and we'll end it. Chris Redmond, what's going on? Byron Jones. We have enough corners.
If we lose to the Dolphins, that will be the longest losing streak in franchise history. That I didn't know. That's crazy.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
I mean, you can't get much longer. Well, you can, but 10 games is a long losing streak.
Are you going to order your Garrett Cole jersey? Oh, yes. I'll get that immediately.
I'll be getting the Chase Young jersey if we draft him on draft night. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm getting now. I told you I'll get Ohio State and the Giants to get him, and I'll even I'll get a Dave Gettleman jersey too. I have to gain 600 pounds to be.
All right, there's his question now, Ben.
Oh yes, we talked about that earlier, Chris. I said I would be happy with Louis Riddick. Chris made a great point. He did want Dwayne Haskins. Loved Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins sucks. He's terrible.
So far, he is. I'll say that. I'm not going to give up on the kid after 1 year, but so far he's bad. I'll say that.
Oh, Brian Jeffrey. I loved Bavaro too. Those are my 2 favorite Giants of all time, right there. Yeah. Eli's probably 3rd, but it's I love those. I grew up with those guys. Bavaro was a bit. That's why when Kittle had that huge run, I got so pumped up because it reminded me of Bavaro.
Yeah, that was Bavaro, Shockey-esque. That was very Bavaro-esque when I've seen the highlights for sure. Yeah. That's the one thing I thought about that today. Actually, I think somebody mentioned it in my comments. I'm like, he's right. If he would have been our GM from the start, we would have had Dwayne Haskins as our quarterback. He was also very high on Baker Mayfield in the previous draft. He was the one expert that came out and said Baker should be the number 1 pick. And to his credit, he was. But obviously that doesn't look so hot right now either. So, he's hit or miss. Yep.
But, guys, we're going to wrap it up now. And obviously I got to do a video on this Garrett Cole thing. I still can't believe they got him. That's unbelievable. They paid him. Wow, that's a lot of money. It ain't mine. So, but again, guys and girls, thank you so much. I mean, what a crowd tonight. We had over 500 people most of the night in here. It's just amazing how much support you guys show us. It's just such a terrible thing. Just wait till we're good, how good this show is going to be. It's going to happen. But this show is great because of you guys and girls. We say it all the time. We're nothing. We're just hosts. You guys make this channel what it is. Our channels, what they are. And, it'd be nothing without you guys and girls. So, we really do appreciate it. And, Chris, as always, thank you for coming on the channel. I really do appreciate it. And,
man. No, thanks for having me on, man. Always love doing the show. Always love talking Giants football. Little different this time. We go back-to-back nights. Usually we get a little breather. And we have a couple of days to recuperate from the loss. But obviously, we played Monday night, so that kind of, squished it together. But always love doing this. And, always cannot say thank you enough to all you guys. It's incredible. I mean, you got 500 people in the stream for a 2-11 football team. Still watch our videos, you watch our streams, and I can't, like Baddog always says, I can't even imagine what the show's going to be like when we're good. So, I mean, it's just incredible for what you guys do for us as Giants content creators, as Giants fans. And like I always say, you guys are the reason you make it a lot easier for me to get through those games. Yeah. It's fun for me to call those games, with you guys in there, a big crowd. You guys get me amped up. It feels like I'm watching a game with 1,000 Giants fans. So, I can never say thank you guys enough for, everything you do for my channel and Baddog's channel. And, always love coming on here. And, looking forward to doing it again next week. Yep. And we'll see if we're talking about another loss to the Dolphins. God only knows. But, again, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. And for the entertainer, it is the Bad Diggity Dizzle. You guys have a great night and a great day. And I got to do a video on Garrett Cole.
That's right. All right, guys, have a great night, and we are gone. Peace.